o'clock, so we'll get ahead and get started. First thing on the agenda is a Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, appreciate everybody coming today. This is our July meeting. No major announcements for you folks that were here last month. We put out a job posting for our town clerk, and we've just interviewed one young lady right now, and we have one more that we'll look at. So probably here in the near future, you'll see a change for that. So we feel pretty promising of that. So, okay, we'll go ahead. Next is approval of June's 2022 meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes for the month of June?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for the month of June.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Is it an unanimous decision? Next on the agenda is approval of the financial report for the month of June. One of the things that you might see on here, and I didn't really blast it out to council members, was we had the Cove Waterfall Association request to use our trolley. They cleaned it, repaired it, came and used it for a weekend, and we charged them for it, so that's what the charge you see. Do I have a motion to approve the financial report for the month of June 2022?
A motion that we approve the financial report for June 2022.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Okay, summary report for maintenance. Jerry's not here, I just thought I saw his car.
I think he was headed out, so because it rained.
Okay, all right. Yeah, maintenance, there's been no issues. We had an issue with the lawnmower a couple weeks ago. We work with Ace Hardware there in Jasper, and usually Jerry gets his supplies there. There's no been issues with the park or any, just minimal stuff. There's nothing outstanding for this month. On to old business. There's no change on the Wildcat timber review. I saw an email that I sent all you guys. He was requesting a signed plat. So we have to, how does that work? Sign it? Yeah, if you could sign that and then send him an email, tell him that he can come and pick that up. No issues with that? No questions? All right, next, Heritage Days. Any update on Heritage Days?
No, it's moving right along. We continue to get vendor applications in. We could still use more vendors, but we've been communicating with all past vendors, so I think the committee feels confident that we'll continue to get vendors. We currently have food vendors and some entertainment. We could use a little bit more, so we're working on that as well. We've got some sponsorships. We always use more sponsorships. So in essence, what I'm saying is that we continue to move along. We're making progress, but we're having meetings on a regular basis. And I think the committee is confident that we're going to have a great event this year again.
Awesome. Yeah, the committee, and several of you guys are involved in it and I appreciate it, have done a phenomenal job when it started back in January. One of the questions, we had a new business open up recently this past week, and we were there for the grand opening, and I spoke to a young lady. She was acknowledging that some of the vendors that we've had in the past like a dedicated spot that they've had in the past, and what we've told them is that we'll work with the best that we can. It's a case-by-case basis. So for the citizens, if there's a particular area that you like within our map, and I know we're creating that, we'll have that out soon, we're going to work with the vendors. Because there's some of them, like the hit and miss display. It's a pretty big display as well. And normally that gentleman is out at the park right there, the parking lot. So things like that, just to make it easy for everybody. So
Right, and we've indicated, as in the past, it's first come, first serve as far as requesting. And so many of the vendors who have submitted their applications have requested where they'd like to be. The only caveat is that we're going to be back in town as opposed to the park. So, but I have been in communication with them and let them know that we are going to accommodate them as much as possible. For example, somebody said that they needed a handicap access, so of course we'll work with them on that. Some other folks wanted to be next to each other. That's easy. So yes, we will definitely work with everybody to be sure that to the best that we possibly can will accommodate their requests.
awesome. Anything else? Update wise? Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. Okay, on to news business. Whatever requested from Tony last month, if everybody's fully aware that we have voted for Tony to be our new building inspector. So what I've asked each month is for Tony to provide an update on his responsibilities for the past month.
Well, and I'm kind of handling getting out the permits as well. So we got a couple new permits. I think everybody knows Dusty's got the old post office building over there. We gonna fix that thing up. We're real excited about that. We've got a new permit probably next week in the Meadowlands, and other than that, there's I think we got one CO over there in the Meadowlands, and everybody else is just kind of chugging along, waiting on. That's about it.
I had talked to Jeff, our lawyer, today about the one gentleman, and we have the ability to vote to have that residence acknowledged for the town of Talking Rock.
Right.
He's getting me that language.
Jeff actually reached out to me about it because he didn't realize that he's the one that actually signed the paper saying that the minimum acres was 5 acres, but I sent it to him. So he got with Mr. O'Brien's lawyer, and I don't know what's happened after that, but yeah, from my understanding, if he gets 2 acres, he can do a variance, post it, we'll have to vote on it. And
we did confirm that we have the variance application. Jeff wasn't sure if we had one for Talking Rock. We do. I made it back in 2019. That we will get out to his attorney and make sure that y'all have on hand too, because it's a form application that's not filled in that can be given out if anyone needs to apply for a variance.
Right, and he still has some issues.
So that acquire the other land.
Other than that, well, because he's got to get it's landlocked, so he's got to get an easement, and the easement has to be good enough for a fire truck to get through there. I mean, he's got to have fire protection. We have to provide him fire protection if he's there, so we got to look into that, and a few other things on top of that. But anyway, it's doable, but it's going to be a little battle for him.
Anything else, sir?
No, that's it.
Appreciate it. Next is on the topic is leasing storage space for the Caboose. Tony has approached myself and several of the other members about renting out the Caboose for storage for the brewery, and I recommend that we do it. I sat and thought about the rental cost, and I recommended $200 a month. So he will use that for storage for the brewery only, and he will have access to that, and it'll be a year-to-year lease. And if it is approved, we'll establish a contract starting on whatever date we decide, and we'll be good to go. Any questions or discussions?
Where's the museum going?
Any other questions?
No.
Okay. So do I have a nomination to approve leasing out the Caboose for the Talking Rock Brewery in the amount of $200 a month on a year-to-year basis?
I move that we allow Tony to rent the Caboose for $200 a month on a year-to-year basis.
Okay, do I have a second?
I second that one.
All in favor? It's approved unanimously. So we, once I have that contract, I'll have it written up by tomorrow, and then I'll provide it to the brewery, and you can sign it. Okay, the last one is, I put this on it, and I failed to tell Buffy to take it off, but it was the lost discussion, but we've already figured this out. Last 2 weeks ago, one of the local mayors reached out to me personally, gave me some recommendations to look into this because we were absent from the meeting that I was not aware of, and she wanted to make sure that we were tracking. We did verify, Buffy and Jeff, that we did receive lost. We're eligible for lost for 3 services that we provide for the town. That is garbage disposal or garbage services, fire department, and we have the little library in the picnic area. And those are services that there's 6 services, but those are 3 that are there. We also the citizens pay taxes for the city of Talking Rock. So that was the first time I'd learned that, and wanted to make sure we're straight. And I appreciate that local official reaching out to look on our behalf. And so that was great of what she did. So I appreciate that. So it's good to go.
How do you have fire protection?
That's all we have for that. So any other discussions about that? So that's all I had on there. So I brought it up on the agenda to discuss it, to verify what we needed to look into. But I spoke to Jeff this morning and Buffy. We got the money in June. It's on one of the line items, so we're good to go. Okay.
You do not have fire, you do not provide fire protection?
Order in the court, or order in the chamber. There's no talking during the agenda.
I'm sorry, you need
if
to
you do
read
it
your
again-
Robert's Rules of Order.
Sir, could you please ask her to leave?
I'm not leaving.
Ma'am, you asked you to leave. Come on.
No, I'm not going.
Ma'am, you asked you to leave.
I am a citizen of this town. I have a right to ask about my fire protection.
I understand, ma'am, but he
And I
asked you to
have
leave.
asked numerous times and he refuses to answer us.
I understand, ma'am, but he asked you to leave. You need to leave. I'll walk over you.
He's not in control. I'm sorry.
You're refusing to leave?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'll be quiet, but I'm not leaving.
I would like her to leave.
Alright.
We, last month, made a statement that we would not have anybody interrupt our meetings. They can request
Which
in
is against
advance.
state law.
No, it's not. They can request in advance. It's good to go. I checked out with our lawyer. I know my rights.
I did
I
request.
did not want her to disrupt, and happens currently. I would like her to leave.
Hold on, I need to tell him I'm not leaving.
Ma'am, let's go. Please.
I'll stand at the door,
That's fine.
but I'm not leaving the building because it's my community building too.
That's fine.
And I hope you understand that. You can smile and smirk all you want to, but you've got a surprise coming. I'm sorry.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I apologize on behalf of the town and myself. We're not going to have disruptions. Again, I will repeat what I said last month. If you would like to bring any topic up for the agenda, please contact myself, and it is mayor@talkingrockga.com or the town clerk at talkingrockga.com with any requests, suggestions. I will bring it to the council members, and if it's deemed necessary, we'll put it on the next agenda. Okay? So I apologize. All right, that's all I have for the new business. The next council meeting is Thursday, the 1st of August, 2022. I do apologize. I did miss it. I apologize. I did miss it. Because I was about to get all feisty.
ABDC.
This is, I apologize.
Yeah, it is 5 words.
This was a good one. It's going to improve, trust me. So one of the great things that we approved and discussed last month was the town improvements. And, I can't emphasize enough the great people of this town. And people that don't even live in this town, associated and providing their time for volunteers to do the improvements that we're starting to do. I can't tell you how many people have stopped me, sent me notes on social media, emailed me, said, hey, we really are starting to see improvements. Within the next year, we'll have 3 new businesses. We already have one that established a few weeks ago, but then we'll have 2 more coming in, and it's really showing expansion. We're also, the beautification for this area has improved tremendously, and the only people to thank is everybody here that works on that. You can already see those updates. So I wanted to have Tony, Mary, some from the audience as well, just to give some updates on the town improvements that we've had to this point.
Well, what we've done so far, and we had a $10,000 budget, which I think we're probably really, really close to going through that. But we got a lot of free labor. Like I said, a lot of people in town, a lot of people out of town that just come and patronize. Talking Rock came out and helped us. We got rid of the old deck over there. I'm sure, well, most of you people were out there working, so got rid of the old deck, built a new deck, some new steps up it, got it all pressure washed and stained, because it was already, getting how the old decks do if they're not sealed. So it's sealed and stained now, should be good for a few years. What else did we do? We got that deck in. Started putting some underpinning on. We had some issues with things weren't quite up to code on some of the deck, and we, step length and stuff like that. We fixed those. It's still in the progress of fixing it, so everything's not 100% done, but it's really looking a lot better. Looking a lot better out there. And like I said, I think I know Mary's got some money. I got some money, so I'm not sure we'll have to add up what we are at right now, as far as what money we've spent. But I'm pretty sure we're really, really close to reaching our limit. And I think Dusty said that he may have some dirt for us to put out there. He's got some on a job or something that you said you may be able to bring out.
Yeah, we got some coming, hopefully this week.
Yeah, so that'll be good. We can get some dirt out there.
It keeps
and
raining and
flatten
getting it
out.
wet, and so we want to haul it when it's dry, so.
Yeah.
Well, again, remarkable for all the help that we've received for that, and I do appreciate if you're responsible for taking the time to volunteer. That means a lot to the citizens that you can actually see it. We're excited for the Godfreys and then Dusty as well with his business. Dusty has assured us still that mural will stay on the building.
Oh, yeah. I've already hired someone to repaint it, you could actually go up to it and wipe on it and destroy parts of it now. And I really we took multiple pictures of it, and I've got somebody hired to do it the right way. And then I want to cover it with some sort of plexiglass or something to keep it from going on and do that, because I'm going to redo the outside of the building. So I'm just trying to preserve what we got there, and just go back better with it. Something we don't have to worry about 10 years down the line of it, leaving.
Yeah. There's a coating that you can put on that too. We put the, I can't remember the name of it, but I'll find it out.
Yeah.
Very important, it reflects a lot of sun.
Yeah.
From the,
Yeah.
so you put that on before you put the
Yeah, I've even had a couple other people try they wanted me to hire them to read. I've talked to 3 different, painters and stuff that want to research. And actually, the guy's doing it is a family member of mine.
that Steve?
That I trust. The White Hitters.
Right.
Yeah, he does the cartoons for Pickens County paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to do it for us. We really want to. I don't know as much about that as I probably should. I just know it needs to stay there.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, I thank you because I helped paint it.
we've got big plans for it, lighting for it, that we want when people come around town. I want them to see that.
Yeah.
I want
It
them to
was
see
my
that.
son and I worked with Mary Ann.
Okay, day and night. Yeah, we
Yeah.
want them to see that.
Can the park mural in any way be included or somehow looked at?
That needs to be treated again too. It should be
'Cause I hate
treated
to
every
have the
few
park
years.
mural
But I'll get the name of that.
Okay, I'm glad you told me that. Thank you.
We got
Yeah, yeah, we'll do whatever we can to keep the history of our town. One of the things that I've seen missing, and I'm not taking away from anything that's been done in the past, because I know we've done a lot of improvements in the past, but what we're trying to do with our new administration is continue to grow, just make the town better, and just improve on what has been there. So I'm really excited about the front. We had talked about, we're going to, eventually, we're working on it, to have a local town sign. I want to go over the top on this one. I want someone that stands out, and someone's driving down, they say it and say, hey, let's go into the town of Talking Rock. That's going to be our signature position, and we have 2 new businesses right on each corner improving. That's really going to aesthetically look beautiful, and it's going to bring you into the town, seeing our beautiful creek and our picnic area, and then seeing the new businesses. That's what we're talking about, creating tourism, getting people down here, getting involved in the community, and that's what we're wanting to do.
Just something I wanted to mention, maybe down, I don't know if this is even possible, me and Tony talked about it a little bit. I would love to see it someday to where we have a sidewalk that connects this with those other 2 places. That would be really neat.
Absolutely.
To connect it where you could shop and go from there to here.
Absolutely. Oh man, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Get Tony, put the money up, we'll put that in.
Well,
Take care of
again,
that.
so I can say it publicly, things have changed, and it's not because of me, but things have changed, and we're getting improved relationships with the county and with our local communities, other mayors, and so we can't do it by ourselves. And so we need the support, we need the help. So improving those relationships will improve our footprint here in the state of Georgia and North Georgia, and make this town one of the best little towns in the state. That's what we want. And so any suggestions, recommendations, and great folks like yourself, really people that volunteer, I mean, you're the ones that are doing it, and you will be shown appreciation, trust me. Okay. Anything else on the updates? Our budget is under review currently. That's why we don't have an approved budget at this time. But we are well ahead of our budget currently in better than the last 5 years that I've been on the town council. So once everything is outlined, everything is covered by our receipts and voting process, everything is legal. These improvements were voted on. There is no issue, no incidents of misleading or misrepresentation in funds. Everything is laid out black and white. So the citizens of the town of Talking Rock, if you'd like to come by and see any of the receipts, any of the things that we've purchased, please, I beg you to do that. Cool. Okay. All right, so again, I appreciate everybody today. Great meeting. I know it's quick, and there's not a lot of things. Again, I've asked the town council if there are things that you'd like to see on the agenda, please let me know. For the citizens, if things you'd like to see on the agenda, please let us know. Okay. Again, next town council meeting for August is the 1st of August, Thursday. We will have a working group. I apologize that we did not have a working group session today. And then our council meeting will be at 7 o'clock. When is our next Heritage Day Committee meeting? Is that in 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Not this Sunday, but next?
Correct.
Yep, so next Sunday, we have our next one. 17. Okay. All right, do you have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Any seconds?
Second that.
All in favor? All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.